Hello and welcome to Rudy's Retro Intel. On today's show, we'll be looking at a ZX Spectrum computer and seeing if we can make it run cooler than the stock. So let's peek inside and poke around. Stick around. Okay, on the bench we have a ZX Spectrum computer. It's a traditional ZX Spectrum, and it's called the roaming Specky. And the reason it's giving that loving name is that's been sent around the world to YouTubers and others that want to make mods to the machine, and then the machine will be eventually sent back to Lee. And Lee has a YouTube channel, More Fun Fixing It. I'll leave links below. And then it's going to be auctioned off for a great charity. And to get more into that, let's give Lee a call and see if he can give us more information on all this wonderful cause that he's doing. Let's give him a call. This is going to take some time.
We're sorry. You have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service.
Hello. Rudy, how you doing? Yeah, of course I can. I'll do it right now. So the Befriending Scheme is a local charity that supports people with special needs in this area. They do many things like providing a safe space for people with special needs to make friends, but also more relevant to me, they have the Befriending Scheme farm, which is where my son Thomas goes to 3 days a week and has just a brilliant time and fulfills his life and all his dreams and wishes. It's just the best place. Now the roaming Spectrum is something else. The roaming Spectrum is something that a friend of mine, Henry, from the Retro Hardware Discord, provided for charity purposes. He wanted to do something useful with it to make some charity money. So what Henry decided to do is to send it off to different people all around the world, to send it on an adventure and see what places it would end up, what amazing things it would have done to it, and what amazing people would look after it on its journey. And so far it's been to the UK and to the US, and it's now in Canada, which is where you're going to see it now. So eventually it will end up, after it's been a few more places around the world, back here in the UK, and we're going to auction it off for charity after it's gathered all of its history and adventures, and we're going to raise some money for the Befriending Scheme. So that's it. Cheers. Thanks, Rudy. Speak to you soon. Bye.
Now that we have the unit on the bench, let's plug in my adapter here. I have let's plug this in first. This is the ZX or ZX, what do you want to call it, HD adapter, and it is from Byte Delight. It allows us to get HDMI out, and also has a pass-through so you can plug in other cards. We'll be plugging in a diagnostics card in a moment, but let's just make sure the machine actually has video, that it didn't get damaged from from transport. So let's plug that in. Let's hook this up, and we're going to switch cameras, power it on, and we want to make sure that it's coming up okay. And we have this splash screen. So the splash screen is basically telling that the HDMI unit is working, and we press the reset button. So I'm going to press the reset button, and here we are. We are now into the main screen, and we can type something. And it's working. So I believe it's all working. Let's plug in. Let's power it off. Plug in the diagnostic cartridge, and then we'll make sure that it's all good before we start our work. So I'm going to plug that. I'm going to plug in this cartridge. Now this cartridge has all kinds of diagnostics information, but the one I'm looking for here is these ones here. So we have the plus 12, plus 5, minus 5, and plus 5 voltages on the LEDs. We want to make sure that the power is going good. Now I don't anticipate any issues because it's working just fine, but let's plug this in and get it. Let's plug this. Let me try that again. Let's plug this in and get it going. There we go. Now we got it in. And let's power it up. And we can already see lights flashing. And it's gonna want us to reset. So we're resetting the unit, and we're gonna see it start running its diagnostics. And in a moment, you'll see it come up. Now, while it's doing that, let's zoom in a bit here. And I'm going to see if I can show you that the power LEDs are working just fine. All the power is fine. The plus 12, the plus 9, minus 5, and plus 5 are all lighting up, so it looks like everything's good. Jumping back to the diagnostics, we can see that everything is just fine and dandy. It's going to run through all that, and it'll be good. I'm sure it's good. It's been already in other hands, but I wanted to make sure that nothing broke during shipment. So let's power this off and start opening it up. Now the Spectrum here has a couple of screws missing. I'm going to see if I have some. I don't think I do, but let's open this up. Here we go. Let's open it up, and we have to be careful of the ribbon cables here. Okay, so let's put that aside. And zooming in here, you can see that it's all nice. Everything looks great. Looks like some work has been done to replace this IC, and this has been, I'm not sure if this is socketed from factory or not, but it looks fine. But the one thing that's causing these computers to get hot is the 5-volt regulator. And the 5-volt regulators here, it's right here, and it's got the 3 legs here, the pins on them here, and it's screwed onto this big metal piece. This piece of aluminum is the heat sink, so it dissipates the heat. Now, over time, if this is running and running and running, you're going to get hot. It's going to make the case on the top hotter. The heat inside will also be affecting, or could affect, the components because there is no vents. Oh, look! Meanwhile, look at this. We have yet another retro channel. We have Todd, Mike, III DIY. We have looks like Levy. We have tons of names on here. Amazing. So these are all the people that have been having the Spectrum, and their channels will have videos, I guess. Some of them will, some of them won't. I don't know. And looks like there's a new membrane put on here for the keyboard. But what we're interested in is this. So we're going to pull this out and then replace them. Now the replacements I bought them from DigiKey, and the unit is very small. This is the actual unit. I'm going to zoom in here. You can get a better look at it. So it's very tiny. It's a Traco. Was it 1245 DC to DC converter, and it's really tiny. It's very efficient, and what it does is that basically you pull out your voltage regulator, and this pops right in. It's a direct replacement for the 7805 voltage regulator. And what that means is that you don't need this heatsink anymore, because this is so efficient that it doesn't generate any heat. So let me get things tidied up, get the soldering iron out, and we'll get to work. So in order to determine which pins are what, we need to kind of take some measurements. Got my voltmeter, my multimeter here. Pin 1 is ground, so I'm touching the center pin of the regulator. And now we know that's ground. We just verified from the picture. I'm going to turn on the power, and then we'll touch the lower side of the leg on this side. So we're going to touch that and see what we're getting. And we're getting 8.5 volts. And then the opposite side, we're touching that, and we're getting 4.9. So that means, let's turn that off, that means the input is here, the input is going on this side, and the output is going this side. So according to the diagram, let's get a pen. So according to the diagram, the pin 1 is the in voltage, so this will be this is this pin here, so this is the 9 volts, so this is 9 volts, and this is the 5 volts. So it looks like because the configuration is basically the same, if not exactly the same as the current voltage regulator, this would sit this way. So that means in this case, each one will be different. You have to verify, but in this case, the label is pointing outwards. So we can just pull out the existing one and pop this in. So let's get the soldering iron up and running, and do that right away. All right, I have my wonderful Speckies on, my Speckies for the Spectrum. Get it? I'm gonna desolder it now. I made a video on this before. If you're using a desoldering gun of some type here, you shouldn't be desoldering it downwards, but do it with the board upwards. So let's get this going. This needs to be a little warmer, and we'll wait for the LED to turn off. Okay, we're good to go. So we're going to desolder the 3 pins. We can put that aside now, and let's see if this thing comes out. Needs a little more. What I'm going to do, I'll get the soldering iron warmed up, and then we shall do that. There's one pin that is always difficult to remove, but that's okay. We just have to heat up the soldering iron and then give it a little pull, and that should be it. There we go. So that's your 7805 voltage regulator that's been pulled. And let's look at the legs. Do they seem clear? They appear clear to me. So, yeah, a little bit of rubbing alcohol and some cleaning tabs. I really gotta get this chair oiled up. This is really bothering me. I'm not sure if it's bothering you guys. Let's get some alcohol out here. And we'll clean up. It's actually pretty clean. Needs to clean some of this too while we're here. No, that's being stubborn. All right, we got that out. So now, like I said, the voltage regulator, the replacement goes in with the label, in this case, pointing out. So let's put this in. Like so. So that's how it's gonna sit. Now what I'm gonna do is, because I don't have anything else to hold parts in other than tape, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some tape on here just to hold it in place, and we will solder. Although this tape doesn't want to hold anything today. What's going on here? Come on, tape, do your thing. Okay, we're good. So we'll get some solder out, and then we'll just double check here. Yeah, see, it's coming out. Come on. You ever have those days where things don't stick properly? Well, this is one for me today. So let's just do one leg, and then we'll adjust as we go, or as needed. Okay, how's that look? Oh, that looks very good. Okay, let's continue on with the other two legs. Pins or legs, whatever you want to call them. Okay, and that is now in. Let's get another cleaning swab, and we'll clean up our little mess. Okay, so as we can see now, this is taking up a lot less room. So the mod is now done. The next part is to do the test and verify that everything is working as expected. But you can see though how much space this is now, how much space and weight. I mean, it's not really heavy, but you know, this is the heat sink, and now this doesn't require, meaning now if you're actually working on the machine later, you can actually now probe these pins a lot easier, since the actually unit or the piece here is now removed, so I can't really get in there and see what I'm doing. But with this shield, this heat sink removed, now you have access to everything. So this is very good. I'm happy with that. Let's put that aside, put all these things aside. This stuff. Alright, makes a bit of room on my bench here without burning the house down. Yeah, so let's see here. Before I want to clean these edge connectors, since now we have really good access to everything. Let's give that a clean. Okay, that looks nice and clean. So I'm going to put it back in the case because I like seeing the roaming Specky. Alright, so let's put this back for now. We're going to put the screws on and do whatever later. We're going to connect the adapter here. Let's see, can you get that? Okay. And we're going to plug this in. I'm going to switch cameras a bit here, so let's see. Hopefully we plug this all in and everything is good and we haven't destroyed anything. Ready? Let's power it up. And we are getting proper voltages showing here. And we're going to hit the reset and let it come up. Do its diagnostics. There we go. It's up and running. It looks good. Everything's fine. The transplant was successful. So hopefully you've learned something. You've enjoyed the video. You found out that there's an easy way to replace a voltage regulator on your machine, not just on the ZX Spectrum, but any other computer that's using a 7805. They make other Traco makes other units. You can use it, I think, for the 7809 and 25, so on. So check out the, just Google it and see if you can find where your dealer near you is. I'm using a DigiKey in this case. And yeah, and then you can also cool down your ZX Spectrum, or again, other vintage computers. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hope you give it a thumbs up. Help us support this great cause, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.